In respect of this, can you just look at this for a second, Dominic? I've got lots of signatures. Are those your signatures every time you have taken bits and pieces, like the pretzels and the crisps, etc.?
Yes, Judge.
But what there isn't is an addition. So what he's done is it sets out what he's taken, black mass, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 +...
Yeah, he likes black mass.
That's 8 of them on one sitting.
Yes, Judge.
Did you walk out alive?
Barely.
Well, what you haven't is added it together. What I've got at the top is a +30, do you see? And it says £164.30 and £89.30. Using this record, I need you to do it really.
Yeah.
How do you say that you're able to calculate that it's £2,460? In other words, let's take away the £1,198.80.
Yeah.
I accept that.
Yeah.
I know that because you've clearly added the sums up.
Yeah.
How have you come up with the rest based upon this ledger here? Do you see?
Yeah, basically, obviously, I know the price of the drinks, and the price of the drinks are all calculated.
That's what the process was.
Yes.
Understood. That's important. Now, this is a terrible record.
It is.
And I'm not satisfied by it, and I think it may have caused you problems in law. Now, Malcolm, you didn't leave it there.
No.
You did something, I think, that was reasonable and sensible at the time, and actually rather generous, bearing in mind Dominic's situation. Dominic, you lost your job. You were doing exactly the right thing and seeking another one. Malcolm became aware of that, and in fact, he offered you some work, didn't he? Was that because you wanted him to pay this off?
No, yeah, I'd asked for a job before that, and we didn't have any places for him. I said, when we can, and when we got work, then we will let you pay off your tab with some work.
Very, very good. And in fact, you did, in fact, offer him some work.
I did.
How much should he get per day?
He actually worked cash in hand 4 hours, so that's £20.
£20?
That was back then, yeah. Get a bit more now, maybe.
£20?
£20
For a 4-hour shift?
cash in hand, yes.
Well, maybe cash in hand. Doesn't matter.
No, it's just that... Okay.
In other words, that's £5 per
minimum
hour.
wage, yes.
Minimum wage?
Below minimum wage, I know I'm below minimum wage. Cash in hand, yes.
How long is a shift? 4 hours or 5 hours?
4 hours.
Well, I should tell you, at the time, for his age, the minimum wage is £6.95. What he should have been paid, therefore, at minimum wage, is £27.80. And you say it was for 5 days, is that correct?
Yeah.
So the total, rather than £100, which must have been what you paid him in total, is £139.
Okay.
Which you would agree with me is a more appropriate sum.
Well, it is, yes.
Yes, it's legal.
It's the legal sum.
It's another word for appropriate. Would you like to work there in the future?
Yes.
Are you working at the moment?
Yes, Judge.
Now, this must have had a very big effect on you, especially if you can't go there really anymore.
Yes, Judge.
What does it do to you not to be able to go there?
Basically, I'd just be sat at home on my own and just getting bored, really.
Well, it's more than that. Has your life improved a little bit since
It's getting there.
What's your job? What job are you doing at the moment?
Well, basically, I just do odd jobs here and there just to get a bit of money, like help my friends out and stuff.
But are you looking for permanent work?
Yes.
Something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I hadn't heard of him getting a regular job. That's why, when he worked for me, he didn't turn up. That's why I stopped him working for me.
Wait a moment. I said, did he do well? You said he wasn't the best, he wasn't the worst. You said he didn't show up.
In the 5 days he worked for me, Judge.
Right, and then what happened?
Then he didn't turn up, and then I said, you're not reliable, so I'm sorry, but you've still got to pay your tab, but I'm not having you working for me.
Perfectly reasonable. Why didn't you show up? Here you had somebody who was offering for you to pay off this debt you had to him.
Because at the time I did have things going on, and he'd messaged me about 20 minutes beforehand expecting me to be there in 20 minutes.
Well, what things did you have going on? Did you have to go and attend some sort of festival?
No.
Being reliable is important. Now, Malcolm, is there anything you'd like to add?
If he'd come and paid his debt, I'd have loved him to come back in my pub. He's a nice guy.
Has he been barred?
Not as far as I'm concerned. I haven't barred him. It's just that it must be awkward for him to try and come back in when he knows I'm going to be after money off him. And this has happened in the book all the time. People, that's why I've stopped it, obviously, totally now. People don't come in because they owe me money and they'll spend it somewhere else. So I lose twice. I lose on the money they should have paid and the money from my business.
I'm going to rule now, which means you can't talk, understand? I suspect it won't be too difficult for you, Dominic. Now, Malcolm, this is different from a debt that some people have when they bring a friend to court. You have a business. And what's more, all that's happened here is Dominic has taken credit from you for services which he has clearly had. At some point, you have two responsibilities. One, to ensure he doesn't get into too much debt, and B, to ensure you keep an absolutely accurate record of what he's taken so that he knows, you know, and more importantly, a third party like a court can come to an independent determination of what his debt actually is. You haven't done this in this case, but you clearly have an enforceable debt against him. Malcolm, you are entitled to what you can prove he owes, which is £1,198.80. You can't get the full sum of £2,460 because I can have no confidence whatsoever based upon this record. And frankly, sir, neither could you as to how much he actually owes. And without legal certainty, you can't bring a reasonable claim to court. Nevertheless, you're entitled to some. I also have to take off and deduct the value of his labour. And the value of his labour at the time, in my judgment, is £139. In the circumstances, therefore, this court awards you £1,059.80, and that's the award of this court. Now, Dominic, I wish you the best of luck in the future, especially if you're going to drink this. That's the award of this court. Click here for more exclusive YouTube videos. And don't be a moron, subscribe and keep up to date with all the best courtroom action. Jazz hands, Michelle.